What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If that's something you'd like to listen to, then we definitely welcome you to subscribe. We put out a host of credit and financial related videos, so you could always support our channel if you just like, share, or comment right down below. Now, today's video, I'm giving you guys some updates on just some things you should be aware about in the credit and finance space. So I did a poll maybe 6 weeks ago. I asked you guys what's the best credit union out there. Now I knew what the outcome was going to be. So the choices I presented were Navy Federal, PenFed, First Tech, Alliant, and AOD. So out of about 400 something votes, Navy Federal got 86%. So I knew that was going to happen. Navy Federal is the largest credit union in the United States. They actually are more similar to a big bank in terms of size. They have about $115 billion in assets under management. So, they rival some medium-sized banks in their own right. So, but one of the reasons why a lot of people want to get into Navy Federal is because they're known for their generosity and their customer service. That's one of the banking relationships that you're definitely going to want to keep in good standing because they're usually going to be more generous relative to big banks. So usually big banks kind of just focus on prime credit. Navy Federal, they will give you a chance if you don't have the best credit. So I've personally seen people with low credit scores actually be able to get 10, 15, even $25,000 credit card limits. And that's one of the things that has attracted a lot of people when they see screenshots of people getting these high limits. I actually have a sizable amount of credit lines from Navy Federal. So they're definitely generous, and aside from that, their customer service is top notch. However, there has been some changes with what's been going on in terms of approvals for Navy Federal. So, under normal circumstances, you would expect with a pretty good credit profile to be able to get a high limit with Navy Federal. However, over the past 2 months, since the onset of the whole coronavirus pandemic, things have changed, especially with approval limits. And I do get some insight into this because I work with multiple people at the same time. So I do get some data points. In addition, other people have shared with me kind of some of their frustrations lately with getting approvals with Navy Federal. So I'm just going to break down kind of what's been going on. So some of the data points that I've gotten were individuals with prime credit, so let's say credit scores over 720, have seen either denials or low starting limits, so like limits less than 3,000. So I've seen limits recently of 3,000, 1,000, and $500, as well as denials. And these are all situations where individuals have credit scores, TransUnion FICO scores over 720, because that's what Navy Federal uses for new applications. And previously though, I do also have other data points on people with low 600 credit scores getting 15, 20, 25,000. But this was before the coronavirus. So there hasn't been, or at least I haven't seen, any high limit approvals from Navy Federal in the past 6 weeks or so. So if you've actually been able to get 25,000 from Navy recently, then definitely share that in the comment section right down below. If you have applied for Navy and you've gotten denied, or you got a low starting limit, definitely let us know in the comment section right down below. There's definitely some changes going on with Navy Federal, and I would speculate that one of the reasons why, again, they're one of the biggest credit unions in the country. Previously, they've just been very generous with everyone. So I would imagine that their exposure is pretty high right now because, they've extended a lot over I guess forever, up until this point. And a lot of people have gotten into Navy through back end channels. So, people get in through back door channels, and then being able to get, high limits and things like that. Now, with the whole COVID-19, um, people are losing their jobs. People, credit worthiness is diminishing. So I think right now Navy Federal is trying to reduce losses and reduce exposure by not giving as high limits as they were, maybe 2.5 months ago, and before that. So I just wanted to share this with you guys to let you know that there are changes going on, and just across the board, there are institutions, a lot more institutions now that are requiring proof of income, or large credit card issuers who are doing 4506T requests, which are basically, they want to see your most two years recent tax returns. So just be aware of that. Even if you may have gotten a credit card 2 or 3 years ago, don't be surprised if you do have to undergo a financial review, just because of what's going on right now. They want to make sure that their borrowers are solvent, and they do have income or some type of cash flow to actually support their spending limits. So that's all I wanted to share with today's video. But definitely let us know, anyone who's applied for Navy recently, let us know what your results are. If you've been able to get a high limit, or I'm talking about since, let's just say, since April, right? I know before then it was much easier, but just from some things that I've seen, and I've dealt with people with pretty good credit profiles, getting these low limits, 3,000, 1,500, so just, definitely leave your comments and let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.